Hello there coaches, my name is Toby from the Gymnastics Academy, and today I've partnered up with Gym Club Solutions to show you guys how you can teach your gymnasts an Audi Frente. So first of all, we'll start off with what is an Audi Frente. Now an Audi Frente is a cartwheel that finishes like a walkover. However, if you can already do a walkover, it is very, very useful, but is not completely necessary. So I'll quickly give you a demonstration of what it looks like, then I'll jump into the preps and progressions we're going to be using to teach your gymnasts how to do it. Now, a common misconception when it comes to Audi Frente is that it's more of a walkover than it is a cartwheel. Yes, it is a cartwheel and a walkover put together. However, if you think about doing it purely like a walkover looking at the side, it's not going to be very progressive and it's not going to allow you to learn the next skill, such as aerial semi. So, rather than going hands down the floor, kick your foot straight over, thinking walkover, instead, we're going to get the gymnast to imagine bringing their hands out to the side, leg out to the side here, jumping off this foot, and their belly button turning up to the sky to stand up tall. And that is going to be a much more progressive way of learning this skill, and in my opinion, also looks a little bit more stylish. So now the way we're going to build up to this is we're going to use my friend, the blocks over here. Now the first drill we're going to get the gymnast to do isn't going to involve using our hands at all, it's simply going to be using our feet. So all I want you to get them to do is to step and do a cartwheel without their hands here. So step, step. Nice and easy. Very simple first of all. Once they've got that down, you then want to do that exact same thing, but as they're stepping, get their foot to turn all the way around, bang to face the other way, then kick their foot in front of them like this, like doing a little bit of a crescent kick. So, step, have your foot turn all the way around, look at the other wall, leg in front of you. Do that a couple of times, step, turn, and lift. Really feeling that as we're stepping, foot comes across, then we turn the belly button, bottom around to look this way, then leg comes over. Once they understand how to do that, we do exactly that same thing. However, halfway through the step, we're going to add a little bit of a hop onto our foot. So step around, jump, foot up in front of you. Same again, step around, jump, foot up in front of you. This foot being right up here is extremely important. If that's not there, it's not quite going to be the full Audi Frente. So one more time, stepping all the way around, jumping, getting your first foot to land, looking at the wall we started looking at, and then your other leg, lift out in front of you, up to the sky. Biggest mistake when people make when doing this one is as they jump, they don't get their foot to rotate round. If your heel is still facing this way, it's not quite going to be the full skill, especially when it comes with your hands down. So make sure that foot is turned all the way around, legs up in front of us as we do it. Now the gymnast understands the foot position when we finish and how to actually create that belly button turn, we're going to think about doing the exact same thing, but with their hands on top of the block this time. So, hands are here, we're going to step our foot around, jump, make sure this bottom foot spins around, and look in front of you. Both hands on to start with, then you take off the cartwheel hand, or the hand you put down first in your cartwheel, to then stand up strong. Hands are here, leg steps across, jump and turn, land looking the other way. Once the gymnast can do this from a little bit of a jump, hands here, step around and go. We then want to see if they can do it from static. If the gymnast can do this move from a static, it means they fully understand how to push off their foot, keep their bottom half on pause, and get this belly to rotate into the Audi Frente. Now the gymnast understands to do that, let's give it a go with the hands on the floor. Get the gymnast to go hands on top of the block, back leg up in the air. We then want them to jump off their bottom foot whilst keeping this back leg up nice and tall, not moving, kicking, or switching in any way. The whole lower body is on pause except for that bottom toe. So we're here, push, back down, push, back down. Not push here, not push here, push, keep your legs on pause, back down strong. Once the gymnasts have done that a couple of times, we do exactly the same thing, but at the top of that jump, or near the top of the jump, we imagine the belly button turning to face the ceiling and the foot landing facing the opposite wall. So here, 1, 2, 3, hop, turn, stand up super tall. One more time. Hands go down, back legs bent, push off this foot, belly button turns around, just like this, then we take off. Nice and strong, keeping that foot in front of you. If you find the gymnasts are struggling to land with their leg up nice and strong, get them to try this prep and it should help them understand it a little bit more. They have to stand there with the leg that they're landing on during the Audi Frente with that same hand on the floor. So if you cartwheel on your right leg, you're gonna have your left hand on the floor, left hand on the block, left leg on the floor, then we're gonna lift our right foot up in front of us to stand up tall. Down, up, down, up. After I've done that a few times, it should be a little bit more familiar, and you should find that as they go for the full skill then, or the full prep, they should finish nice and strong, just like that. So now the gymnasts can do it from standing without their hands and from a static with their hands, we're then gonna see if we can start to apply the cartwheel into it. Don't go full on straight away, because they will 100% just do a normal cartwheel. Get them to go really, really steady. Half a cartwheel into that stopping position here, jump off that bottom foot, and turn that belly button. You'll probably find that when they first start doing this, they'll end up doing this. They'll go kick, swap, and they're trying to look that way. But as you can see, because they swap their legs, they end up just landing in somewhat of this position, but it's not the full Audi Frente, it's just a bit of a weird cartwheel. So you don't get them to swap their legs. They go hands down, leg up here, this whole lower body is on pause. This leg doesn't go higher, this leg doesn't go any lower. They stay the exact same distance apart. We simply hop off that foot, then let our belly button do the rest. So, slow and steady. Half the cartwheel, bend, jump and turn, bosh. We get them to do that like that, nice and slowly. Hands down, bang, jump and turn, bang. After they can do it there with a little bit of a pause in between, we can then try and do the full skill going all the way through. Another thing that gymnasts can do to make this slightly easier, or get them to understand the turn a bit more, is to have a spotting point. So what we're going to do is, we're going to get a nice visual aid that the gymnast can use, put it right in front of them, and get them to see it the whole time. Hands go down here. We're staring at it the whole time, upside down vision, jump and turn, stand up super tall. Adding that spot in there is what is going to be key for them getting this skill on the floor, but also for adding variations in future. So once again, exactly the same thing, slow cartwheel to hop and finish like an Audi Frente, but just look forward at this block the whole time. Here, hands down, looking, 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 jump and turn, and stand up strong. Really looking at this the whole time. Hand is going to be right the way through your arms, having the handstand vision, I call it. If you find the gymnasts are struggling to understand what that's like, just get them to simply go slow, 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 looking, 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 cis position, seeing it when their head is upside down. After they've mastered it, go in slow, bang, jump and turn. We can then now go full speed all the way through, nice and smooth. Here, smooth, pop, turn. Cartwheel, pop off the bottom foot, turn at the belly button, stand up super tall. And as you can see, it comes up nice and strong, and after you complete the first half, the turn happens, and we stand up super strong. So that is the full Audi Frente on the block. Now, in order to get the gymnast to do it to the floor, we need to start to do it with the blocks lower and lower and lower. I would recommend you take off 2 to 3 blocks at a time, and if your gymnast can consistently do each stage and do it all the way until they're doing it onto 2 mats, they're then ready to try it on the floor. So I'm going to show you that ladder very quickly. Exactly the same drills, just going lower and lower and lower as we're doing them until we're doing it on the floor. One, two, three. Now, at this stage, when we're nice and low to the floor, the main thing your gymnasts are going to struggle with isn't going to be the start of it or even the turnover necessarily. It's going to be standing up. So make sure as you get lower and lower, you start to do this drill, the hand down, leg up one, even more. As the lower it goes, the more difficult that is, and it's going to help to build strength and flexibility in your gymnasts, make the Audi Frenches perfect. All right, so this is the final level now before we take it to the floor. Once again, all the same drills. The static jump and Audi French, the half cartwheel stop, jump and Audi French, full cartwheel Audi French, and then the drop and stand-ups. If you can do it on this level, it's very, very likely that we should have it on the floor. It's just a case of getting these reps in and staying consistent with it. If at any point when your gymnasts are doing this, you find that they're starting to revert and go back to doing a normal cartwheel rather than the Audi French, what I would do is completely strip it back, do static, jump and Audi French, and make it higher again until they're doing it consistently. If they can do it 5 out of 5 times and finish like an Audi French every single time, getting that nice belly button turn and landing, then that's when you start to take it lower. Until that point, I wouldn't bother. Boom. So that is the full progression line there. We've now shown your gymnasts all the skills they need to get the Audi French on the floor. Now it's just about giving it a few attempts and trying it out. Once again, if you want to make sure they can do it perfectly, get them to do all the drills on the floor first. Jump and static one to try and stand up. If they can't fully stand up from static from the floor, it's not 100% necessary, as the speed from the Audi French is going to help them with the stand up. But if they can do it from static, I pretty much guarantee they'll be able to do it from the full cartwheel. Once again, hands are down, we're looking at our spot, jump off our foot, keeping this heel as close to your butt as you possibly can, then turn your belly button over, and if you want to, with this heel, you can even think about that foot going towards the floor to help you with the jump and turn. So we're looking at our spot, 1, 2, 3, jump and turn. One more time, hands down here, look at your spot, stop, jump and turn, stand up super tall. One more, hands down, stop, jump and turn, stand up super tall. And once we've got that there, it's time for the gymnasts to give it a go. One final coaching point for the Audi French, especially when we do it on the floor, is to make sure that as you're putting your second hand down, you're turning it all the way around as much as you can, so that as you stand up, you're pushing from here rather than from here. This is a much stronger position for you, and you'll find standing up a lot easier. On the blocks, it's not so important because the height helps to give you the time you need to get that turnover, but having this hand turn a little bit extra is really going to help encourage that belly button and that heel to turn, so stand up super strong. Last ones, looking at our spot, hands around, heel to our butt, push off our toe, belly button, and stand up tall. One more time. So that has been how you can teach your gymnast Audi French. Hope you guys have found this video very useful. If you want some more preps and progressions, feel free to leave a comment down below, and we'll get to making that video very soon.